That's the weird part about personal training, right? Like one-on-one personal training.
Mm-hmm.
How long have you done? Like, how long have you been involved in fitness? And like, when, I guess, did you start here?
What do you mean? Like when I started here?
So like, I guess what I'm trying to say is, like, how long have you been in fitness? Like, what have you been doing?
Oh, okay.
Primarily, and then like, when did you start here? How long have you been doing one-on-one training?
Okay. I did CrossFit for almost 10 years. I started when it was almost like there was one CrossFit gym in my city. And it was this like brand new thing that nobody heard about it and was fucking expensive. But it was like the only thing that made me like was fun enough that made me like keep coming back, because I tried to go to a normal gym or like a gym that has all the machines, and in Brazil is different, like personal, like every trainer in Brazil that works on the gym floor. So it's not like here that you have the commercial gym has a personal trainer, and this personal trainer just teach their clients. In Brazil, that personal trainer takes care of almost everybody at the gym.
Oh,
so
gotcha.
like they come around and like, oh, like if they're doing something incorrectly, this trainer is gonna like tell you how to do the correct movement.
Oh, so they're just like kind of walking around the gym?
Yes.
In Brazil? Where are you at
so
from?
So it's like they have a salary. It's not like, oh, you are get paid per client. They can do that, but like most of the time they are paid for the gym to be there to teach everybody.
So like so I'm in Brazil, I walk into the gym and I get a membership, and then I'm just like working out, and there's just like a guy who like will come up to me and be like, yo dude, like that's wrong. Was it like that? Or is it like a group club?
Not that like raw, but like they're gonna ask you like if they need any help, or like, or if you don't know, if you're brand new, they're gonna like, at least was that with me.
Okay.
They give you like a baseline program of things for you to do, but you do not know much about it. So they come around and tell you like how's the proper form. And sometimes they would come around and like, oh, if they let you alone, so you finish your sets or your movement, they do not like not babysit you, but like watch you every single movement. They tell you how it is, they explain the movement, what you have to do, and then they move on to someone else if they need it or not. They're like basically.
Gotcha. So you went from that, then you went over to the CrossFit.
Yeah.
And then how long did you do CrossFit before you started to like train people yourself, or what was that timeline like?
Like 7-8 years after.
So 7-8 years, and then you started training. Were you training out of the CrossFit gym, or were you training somewhere else, or running classes?
I did most of the CrossFit classes, and then I teach some classes at the Y. I like core classes and how you call it? It's not yoga. It's like a stretching movement, and then I did some intervals classes because it was basically CrossFit. Because high intensity workout, it is kind of like CrossFit.
It's like super, like CrossFit's like Super Saiyan training.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? It's like, if anybody's like familiar with Dragon Ball Z.
Yes,
it's like fucking Super Saiyan training. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I just see people throwing fucking impossible weight in the air, and doing like fucking, I don't know, backflips and stuff.
Yeah, they go pretty heavy on everything. And then it's like, I see
it's
a lot
also
of
impressive as hell. Like, just watching it, like the
it
people who
so
really
fun.
get after it.
I found it so fun watching. Like, even though I'm not doing CrossFit anymore, I still find it so fun to watch all those athletes just go after. Like, I get emotional because I'm a very emotional person, but like hearing their stories, hearing them like, oh, I have to like go through hell like to train this much. You've just seen them like their work being showed on the games, so it's pretty cool.
No, just rolling it back a little bit. Why do you think you're an emotional person?
I don't know. I cry a lot. I'm just like, I feel that I have a lot of empathy. I feel that I have a lot of empathy with others. So I like every little thing. Or if you tell me like a very emotional story, like even if you don't tell me an emotional story, I'm gonna be very like, oh my gosh, this is the most beautiful thing I ever heard. But yeah,
it's funny.
And then if you get close to my period, it's even worse
Yeah,
because I'm gonna cry over every fucking thing I see it.
Yeah, dude, you were talking. So you were talking about that. You were talking about that. You were fascinated with the period, and that is interesting, right? Like, because the period is like a time when, like, you know, that your hormones are going nuts. So, like, who knows what's coming out?
Yeah.
Right. You were sort of saying something like that. So, what got you fascinated with the, like, trying to understand the period? I know you talk a lot with your clients about this. Like, what is it that got you interested into paying attention to that? And does it have to do with fitness specifically?
It does. Yes, it definitely does, because I wanted to get better. Like in CrossFit, like everything, but like in CrossFit, you're trying to like beat everyone else. You basically, is it like competition? I know I'm not competitive, but like it is a lot of on the competition side, and you want to feel your best. You want to like be the best and everything else. So like, why do I feel like shit every 3 to 4 weeks? Like, why I cannot be the bad, like doing so good as I do on the other weeks? And like, I was just trying to understand why I was feeling shitty certain periods of the month, and I was feeling great on the other ones. And it had everything to do with fitness, because I wanted to lift heavy, get stronger, and some days I did not have any me. And that's how I started learning about my period. Like, and I also did not have any healthcare in America, because as an immigrant, it is not that easy.
Yeah.
It goes in and out of the craziness of healthcare in America.
Yeah,
Holy
dude,
shit.
healthcare in America. Like, I'm currently, dude, seriously.
It's like you're hoping to not die.
Yeah, it's actually, it's just, and that could be a whole podcast, like healthcare in America. But literally right now, like, I'm raising funds for my mother-in-law because she got cancer, had to like stop working, you know, but like these fucking bills for these cancer treatments are fucking possible to pay, and then these creditors basically like harass you. But it's like you can't. It's like it's super unaffordable. I mean, it's insane. It's like you go in for like a checkup that you need, and you end up getting like a fucking $10,000 bill, and they're just like, hey, by the way, we need this we need this in fucking cash, and they come with like they'll cut your finger off with a fucking machete, dude. They're old school, the healthcare system here.
Oh my gosh, it is. It is not fun.
So you were in no, I'm just joking. But like,
well,
it's kind of close.
Joking, but it's pretty close though.
Yeah. So you're in Brazil. You're doing CrossFit. You're like, let's fucking go. You're realizing that like you're you're kind of fluctuating a little bit.
Yeah, I was already
in
in America.
So you were already in America then.
Yeah, I did CrossFit for like 1 year in Brazil.
Okay.
And then I moved here as an au pair.
And say that again.
An au pair is like a nanny that lives with the family. It's a nanny from another country that lives with the family and take care of their kids.
Okay. And au pair? Was it?
Yeah.
Au pair?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like A-U and then space pair. It's
Okay,
like, it's
au
a
pair.
French name. It's like the A-U sound make an O sound, so it's au pair.
So that's how you got into the U.S.?
Yes, that's how I got into the U.S. And then both of my the parents of the kids were Army family, and the mom was very into fitness.
Gotcha.
So me and the mom did CrossFit together. Every Saturday we were like partners, because it's a thing, CrossFit, you do partners workout on Saturdays.
I see.
So the mom and I did CrossFit together. We took the kids to the kids' room. They had a kids' room there, and then we would go out for like have coffee after CrossFit. So that sort of thing. Like the kids did CrossFit when they got a little bit older. So like basically the whole family, that's all we did was talk about CrossFit. Let's talk about nutrition and like all these things.
So how long do you stay with this family? And I guess first question is like why move to America to do that?
I did international business in Brazil.
Okay, gotcha.
And I actually wanted to learn French. I wanted to go to France, but to do commerce around the world, you need to learn English.
Yeah.
So that's why I snapped and up in America.
Got you. And how long have you been? And your English is good. How
Thank you.
long have you been learning English then? So
we learn like in and out, like you guys learn Spanish in and out in school.
Gotcha. Okay.
So we did like with English in Brazil. But I like language in general. So I did English. Like I tried to learn myself with English. I tried to do. I know. What's going on?
Dude, welcome to the Big Fitness Podcast. Welcome to the Big Fitness Podcast, where we can't get through one podcast without there being like something happening out here, like a murder or a drive-by or something.
I can just like I can understand what's going on, but like I just hear his.
Oh my god! Come on, dude! Okay. It is 9 a.m. Dude, have your coffee. For those of you that are listening and you can't hear this, like right outside the gym, per usual, we have a some kind of situation unfolding, and you'll catch a little bit of it. In and out. Anywho, back to what we were saying. Yeah. So you're.
We got distracted. I got distracted.
I mean, it's good to look around just in case it's not crazy. It wouldn't be uncommon if like we heard like something go down out there. So it's good to be a bit alarmed, sometimes.
Oh yeah.
But it's been fun. Downtown Washington Avenue has kept me on my toes in the last 5 years. It's been a lot of fun. I really am telling you, I think that it's like it makes things exciting. I don't know if I would want it any other way. I wouldn't want it where it's not interesting every day. It's like there's always something new. There's never a dull moment.
Wow. I came from Brazil, and then let's say it's not calm there.
Yeah. Well, how is it over there?
It is. You learn about being on your toes all the freaking time.
Yeah, really?
So when I moved here, like everybody, St. Louis is like the most dangerous city in the world. Not the world, in the United States. And so I'm like on my freaking toes, like, okay, all my Brazilian is like back on me. So I need to be on my toes. I need to be like watching every time, like where am I going, stuff like that. Like I know that I should not leave my purse in the car because I know they're gonna break it. I know that I should not let anything appear, so I had to put stuff under my seats if I want to leave something in the car. I remember everything back from when I was in Brazil, because that's how we live. We live on our toes.
Yeah. When did you leave? Where did you live in Brazil? And then did you leave like years ago? How long have you been in the United States?
I have been in the U.S. about 8 years, I think.
8 years?
6 to 8 years. I'm married. We got married in 2018. So 2023, it makes 5. And I was here 2 years before, so 7.
7 years. So you've been in the United States for 7 years.
Yes.
And like fucking most dangerous city in the United States, St. Louis. How does that compare to Brazil?
So far, it feels pretty chill.
Isn't that funny?
Doesn't even feel like that's dangerous.
I know, dude.
I can walk with my phone outside and not be robbed.
Yeah,
because I know if I walk with my phone outside in Brazil, I'm definitely getting fucking robbed.
Dude.
Because I'm a dumbass. And if I see 2 guys on a motorcycle, I'm sure that something bad's going to happen.
I totally feel that. It's so funny to me. Dude, look, it's so funny to me because Americans are so hilarious, because Americans are like, St. Louis is the most dangerous city like in the United States, and Chicago, Chicago is a dangerous place in the United States. And I'm just like, you fucking peep. Like in me, like I'm this like the same way. Believe me, I like it the way it is. Like I like St. Louis being like the most dangerous place to be, like, because if St. Louis is the most dangerous place, then like we have it pretty fucking good here in the United States.
That's exactly how I feel. Like,
you know what I mean?
It's so fun.
Like if this is the hardest we deal with.
Yeah.
like, wow, we don't deal with shit, dude.
Yeah.
We don't deal with anything. Like, it's so funny to hear people complain about the United States, like, and it's usually Americans, because they don't know anything else. So
They don't know any other.
So I don't blame you, and me too. Like, I'm happy when I'm complaining about nothing, because I know that if I'm complaining about nothing, I got it really good. So it's like, it's a good indicator.
Yeah,
It's like I'm grateful for my complaints. Like the biggest complaint American has is like how long the fucking Starbucks drive-through took for them to buy like an overpriced coffee.
It is so funny. All the those like little things that I hear Americans complaining. And it's like, oh my gosh, you guys are fucking soft.
Soft, but like you almost kind of think.
But like you guys not know any other. You do not know better. You never lived another reality that you did not have all these 300 options of cereal. When I went back to Brazil, it was like, okay, that's all my options, and like, yes, and I was like, okay, I can just choose between 5 brands, yes, and it's like, holy shit, in America you have a whole aisle like just for this one product.
Yeah, dude.
For toothpaste, we have like 4 different toothpaste, and then like here you have a fucking whole aisle for
oh yeah, dude.
all the 300 types of toothpaste you want.
Yeah, dude. I mean, you could get toothpaste. I think you could get toothpaste for your toes at this point.
Oh my gosh.
It's fucking crazy. I definitely agree. That's what's so confusing, really, about living in the United States with like nutrition. It's like there are so many unbelievable options, which are basically just small derivatives of the same exact thing, with like they've sprinkled some mint on this one and threw a different label on. But like that, there's almost like zero regulation on it, like the FDA doesn't really regulate like what's going into foods to the degree that like it kills you. Like basically, as long as this thing that you're taking isn't killing you, like doesn't kill you and is not directly related to your death, dude, like, yo, throw paint remover in this fucking candy. No one's gonna fucking say anything. And if you find out that there's paint remover in this, you'll still eat it because you like it. You're like, I know there's paint remover in this, but it's just so good. Like what are you gonna do?
But it also goes to the amount of like, I don't remember how they say it. It's like the amount of poison has like to do. I don't remember. Is that like if you just take one candy that has just a little bit of nail polish remover, it's not gonna kill you right away. But if you take 300 candies of the same candy that has this nail polish remover, let's say that right now, in one day, that might kill you. It's like the poison makes the venom, whatever, like the venom makes the poison. I don't remember the saying. It's something like that.
Yeah.
That like the amount of poison is what matter.
Yeah, like you're not gonna die today, but like you're not gonna be able to like, you're not gonna remember how to say your name in like 10 years because of like this fucking chemical you've been like regularly ingesting. Yeah, I think that's the case. I think you're right. I think it's like the amount of poison in your food is definitely not 0%. So like there is like a small enough percentage of poison that and it is poison. It's like poison to the body, but it's like it's not 0%, but it's not like so much, and so like it's like acceptable, And so like because you're not gonna die right now, it's like, okay, well, so this will be a long-term issue that would take a lot of studies and like research for anyone to really trace. So like it can be in your food. That's what's difficult, I think, and why there are so many options. They just really have opened the floodgates to anybody who wants to create food products, like can basically do it like however they want, or supplements for that matter. Like I had this guy, Victor Kaiser, shout out Victor Kaiser. I had him on my podcast. We were talking about the FDA, and he was like, yeah, man, like there's no regulation around this stuff. I mean, short of you getting killed, the FDA is not going to look into it. So, I mean, and he talked about when they did that. I can't remember. Trey, do you remember when he said that the FDA did that? It was like in the 80s, early 80s. Anyways, like long story short, folks, the academics are telling us that this is true, so we're gonna go ahead and just gonna believe them. Information tells us that your fucking Cheerios have like rat poison in them, so take that out. Anyway.
Not gonna get any cereal advertisement anymore.
Right, yeah. Dude, fuck, we've lost our sponsor.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Doesn't exist.
Yeah, Cheerios, not gonna kick it with us anymore. But so okay, so you're in Brazil. It's soft over here. I like it soft though. I do
I
like
like
it.
soft too.
I do
It's
like it
pretty
soft.
nice.
Well, I like to
It's
keep it
pretty
soft.
easy.
Yeah, it's like
Please keep it soft.
Right, keep it soft. You know, I mean, I think
I like it. I like it. It feels like you don't have to live in survival mode 24/7.
Right.
Because it's pretty nice.
It's pretty.
Your cortisol is not like all the way up there 24 hours, even when you're sleeping and you hear something like it feels nice.
Fucking, so you got out of that, and now you're here. Now you're living lush in the most in the most dangerous city in the United States, which I just find that to be fucking amazing. That's really amazing, because it's like that's just so funny. And now you're training. So like you started doing CrossFit with your home while you were like doing this a pair.
Au pair, yeah.
And so you were helping out the family.
Yeah.
You guys were doing CrossFit. When do you start training people?
I started training like 2 years ago. I was like, I wanted to get back to Brazil. In Brazil, I was gonna after the au pair program, you have to go back to your country. And I was like, I'm not gonna do. I wanted to already be a trainer at that point, but in Brazil, for you to be a trainer, you need to have a degree, a 4 years degree. You cannot just get a certification and start training like here. So I was like, I'm not going to do it right now because I'm going to have to study 4 years to be a trainer before I actually can work CrossFit, like teaching CrossFit. So I was like, okay, I'm not going to do it right now. And then I got married. I met my husband at a CrossFit gym. That's how we got together. I did CrossFit. Everything was CrossFit. My life was surrounded by CrossFit.
That's awesome.
And then that was just one day I was like, you know what? I'm going to do the thing I wanted to do. I'm not going to go back to Brazil. So I can just freaking do what I wanted to do. I can teach CrossFit. And I can take my certification and start doing CrossFit. And that's what I did. It's like, I'm going to do this. It is time. It is like I've been procrastinating this for too long.
Yeah.
This thing that I wanted to do. So I'm just going to do it.
Why were you procrastinating it?
I didn't think I was ready. I kept saying that I was not ready and like just, I don't know. I have a lot of insecurity. As everyone else, saying that they're not good enough to do this. I was like, I am pretty good. I know how to cue people. I know how to do this. I've been doing this. I've been doing CrossFit for like over 5-6 years at this point. I know how to do it. And I like studying the movement. I like to learn more. I am not the one that is going to just take the certification and then be done with my learning. I know better. I know that I can. I'm proactive enough to go and find the information that I want.
And like, how did you overcome that? How did you overcome that resistance of like self-doubt?
I couldn't hold it anymore. Like, if I kept holding back to not do it, it's just gonna be like holding on the dreams I wanted to do. And it's like, it is not fair to me to not do something I really want to do. So like, okay, I cannot do it. Like, I cannot hold back. It's just one day I just was just like that. One day, done. Like, I'm going to do it. Sign up for it. Get the class done and done.
Yeah, there's this.
Like, you tell me the other day, like, oh, like, I want to do that triathlon.
Yeah.
So, like, just fucking sign up for it.
Yeah.
And then you're going to have something on the table for you to go after. So that's what I have to do. Like, you just need to sign up for it.
You just need to sign up for it.
Yeah.
You just need to do it. You need to take the jump. You're not going to be ready.
Yeah.
You're never going to be ready. You become ready. You only become ready for something because you started it when you weren't ready, and then you were just beaten up by the fucking journey towards this thing you're not ready for, but you're never going to be capable of doing something you've never done before if you don't do it or head towards it or move towards it. Like, you have to take the jump. You have to take the jump. It is so important, and it is scary, and it is dangerous, and you could get hurt, and you probably will, and failure will happen, and that's all good. That's all part of the process. But there's a good reason to be afraid, I think, because a lot of people, I think, say, that like, the fear is holding you back. Don't let the fear of failure and judgment and all this stuff, don't let it hold you back. But there's a double side to that coin, and that is when you take that jump. When you jump and you fucking actually start going towards this thing, it is a dangerous path you're taking. You take a walk through the jungle in the Amazon, I mean, there's tigers out there, yo. Or whatever. Not tigers. Well, it depends. It depends on what jungle. It depends on what jungle. But the Amazon would be more what a jaguar. Jaguar, right? Yeah. How do you say it?
I would say leopardo, but you might
what do you call it?
Leopardo.
Leopardo?
Leopardo. Yeah, it's a jaguar.
And then I'm calling it a jaguar.
It's the same. It is the same. It's just a translation.
Yeah. Okay, cool. But yours is the right way because we were just throwing a title on it.
I'm always fucking right. That's the problem.
Have you ever seen one just like roll into town?
No.
Anything like that? Did you live like next to anything like that when you were in Brazil?
I always tell my husband the story of like there was a little monk. So in Brazil, like how here has a lot of like squirrels. We have like this like little. It's like I saw the other day the name for like how you guys call it, but we call it sagui.
Sagui.
Yeah, it's like a marsupial. I think it's like a very tiny monkey.
Okay.
And then we lived close to like there was no construction. There was just like kind of like a forest, like I don't know, the woods. We call it the woods here. And my mom would buy, like in Brazil, how here it is very soft and you have AC all the time? We do not have fucking AC all the time. It's fucking expensive. We open up the windows. That's how we cool out the house. We have the windows open. So my mom buy fresh fruit and put in the kitchen. These little beautiful monkeys was like going to the kitchen and like biting the fruit.
And taking the fucking fruit.
Yeah. And like we did not know what was like why was like all fruits like my mom bought it. It's just like all like bad and like half bitten. Like she did buy like this from the store. No, and then we saw it. The little monkey inside the house getting the fruit. It was like I was screaming like because my brother was trying to get it. Like
oh my God.
It was like just funny. It was like was a funny memory. I'm never gonna forget that shit.
Dude, I kind of love the idea of like needing to keep the windows closed because the monkeys will steal the fruit.
Yes. It gets too hot, wild. And then you have to like.
Yeah, right. Damn, you're just living with the monkeys out there.
Yeah,
dude,
just like the squirrels here.
Just like the squirrels, and the squirrels are shit, dude. The squirrels are assholes here, dude. Like the squirrels I don't know if you guys have any squirrel issues. My wife. She loves to like feed the squirrels. She thought this would be such a great idea. She's gotten this like, we've screwed this mini. It's like a mini. Yeah, it's a squirrel feeder. It's a mini like table. It's like a mini
oh my gosh,
like picnic table.
And then she has a camera too.
Not a camera, but that would be funny if we had a camera.
It'd be so funny.
But do we have fed the whole town squirrels come to our yard now and just destroy the shit out of everything. Dude, they'll eat the flowers. We have like the groceries get delivered. If they're out there for a little bit, I'll go out there. I'll have a squirrel in the fucking bread, dude. The squirrel just made a little bed inside the bread fucking thing, and I'm just like, dude, there's a fucking squirrel in the bread. It's been on for 1 second. They get in there quick. They'll take off with the energy drinks. They're big on the energy drinks, and like
apparently, yeah, like they're all gone by one day, and they're like the next day, like, what the fuck? What are my energy drinks? The squirrels got it.
The fucking squirrels, dude. They're insane. So, yeah, they're little thieves. And, so I think we take care of them. Now we take care of them. I just sit on my roof with a BB gun and I'm just kidding. I don't do that.
But there's dinner. Now we have dinner for life.
Now we have dinner, dude. Did you guys do any hunting when you were down there? Did you ever? You've never hunted?
No.
I did. I hunted once. What do you think about like hunting? Like, are you like
if you're hunting for feeding yourself? I'm good with it. The worst part of hunting for me is just killing for. And we have so many animals that are like they need to be preserved in Brazil because.
Yeah.
And then I have mixed feelings, like my stepfather is a cop, and like I'm freaking afraid of guns. And here, like first time I went to freaking Walmart, and it's like a whole section for guns. You can buy fucking guns on Walmart. I was like, how? I'm like, and definitely in America. Like that's just for me. It's just like American stuff. Like.
Dude, we're
all the fucking guns in freaking Walmart.
I once heard somebody say this. It's funny that you say that about guns because it's like here guns are kind of like you could go to like the mini market, like a little convenience store, and you could get like buy a gun, buy one get one free, like Glock, and like you could just send your 9-year-old in there to get it for you. It's like, hey, they got a deal right now for buy one get one free 9mm like handgun. But right now I'm on a call, son. Could you go in there real quick, grab that for me here? Just run this credit card. This should be fine. Kid comes out. He's got he's got the 2 guns with him. It's that easy. And I once heard, so this once happened. So like, do you remember, you remember when the riots sort of started happening? There was like, what was it? It was like it was during COVID, but then there was like the George Floyd thing. And then there was like the riots that were sort of coming from like BLM. So there was like
a little bit, yeah.
So there was a down here there on Wash Ave, like so there was one of these riots. I believe also, by the way, this was set up by the owner of that place. So like the 7-Eleven got burned down one night during a protest. I don't think it had anything to do with the protesters. I think that they were just trying to. I swear, dude, and this is why I'm telling you. This is why. So this is a crazy story.
Let's all do the conspiracy theory.
No, because seriously, this happened, and the. So then I'll tell you why I'm bringing this up afterwards, because it's kind of about the guns. Even though this is a fitness podcast and we have and I always digress, but I will get us back on track because I do have a question for you. But I'm in the gym training, right? I'm in the gym training because I'm still training during this time, and I'm training with one of my clients, a longtime client that's been here, and we're training. And in the night before the 7-Eleven downtown St. Louis gets burnt down, I'm training, and somebody walks in the front door. This woman, she's like dressed very formal, like business formal. You can tell she's a powerful woman, the way she kind of carries herself. You also can tell like her like BMW is somewhere parked, or her Audi, or like, you know what I mean? Like her Escalade is somewhere, and she's like pissed that she's had to walk like half a block and she can't find what she's looking for. And she comes through the front door, and she seems very out of place. She comes through the front door, and she goes, "Excuse me, do you know where the 7-Eleven is?" And I don't know if anybody's ever been to a 7-Eleven, but the 7-Eleven is basically...
I've never been to 7-Eleven.
Like a brand new 7-Eleven that opens up. Imagine this. A 7-Eleven, here's the brand for the 7-Eleven. This is what they're going for. They open it up, right? It's new. And then somebody walks through to give it the christening. They just start to like pull tiles up. They just pull tiles up randomly in random places, and then they break the front window. And then once that they have that cracked front window and like there's missing tiles and shit, like they're like, all right, this is the 7-Eleven. It just seems like it's like a Dollar General or like a dollar store. It just seems like their brand is like this place has never actually been put together all in one place. So every 7-Eleven, no matter where I'm at, dude, I don't care where I'm at. I'll go into a 7-Eleven and like I'll go to Beverly Hills 7-Eleven. And it'll just be a broken window up front. I'll be like, what the fuck? Like with a cardboard box over it. Like, come on, dude, you guys, you gotta have some. You gotta have like
Pride.
Something for this. I'm just kidding. Whatever.
I've never been to a 7-Eleven.
No smoke.
There's so many places that I like. American tradition that I have never been to it.
Well, like you never need to go to a 7-Eleven, and I'm sure there are some 7-Elevens that are good. But I've never been.
I've never been to a Sonic before.
Okay. Oh, dude, you should definitely go to a Sonic. You should definitely, you should make your way to a Sonic.
I work at GNC too, and like we have a lot of like products from Ghost that is like not 7-Eleven, Sonic like drinks. Like I do not know what the ocean water tastes like. Like people keep telling me, look, it's like lemon, lime, and coconut. It's like I cannot even imagine lemon, lime, coconut together.
Oh, dude,
or
don't
like
do it though.
Cherry limeade. Like I understand now because I've tried the drink cherry limeade, but like I never had a slushy from whatever that flavor is from Sonic.
Oh,
like,
dude.
I do not know all these references you guys keep telling me about it.
Dude, Sonic will put ground hamburger in a slushie, bro. Like they don't give a fuck, dude. And you'll be like, no fucking way. And then you'll take a sip and you'll be like, oh shit, all right.
We're back to fitness.
So anyways, this lady, she's looking for the 7-Eleven, right? She goes, could you point me to the 7-Eleven? And I'm looking for the 7-Eleven, and I was like, well, like I'm not 100% sure. You know, it's like a couple blocks down to the right. But I said, you know, but there's other stores around. Like, why are you looking for a 7-Eleven? I said, so what are you looking for? I just say to her, but what are you looking for? Like, you know, like, are you looking, you know, for like a comb or what do you need? Like some gum, and you got a meeting going? But like I say, so, but like, what are you looking for? Because there's a Whole Foods right here. She cuts me off before I can say there's a Whole Foods, and she like stares me dead in the eye, and she just goes, I'm looking for the 7-Eleven. Like, not joking. She was like, where's the 7-Eleven? I'm like, I don't really know, but like, what are you looking for? She's like, I'm looking for the 7-Eleven. And I was like, oh shit. This bitch is looking for the 7-Eleven, dude. Like, she did not give a fuck. And so I was like, okay, look, I didn't mean to
look at your fucking phone and you can find it.
Yeah. But she was very like, I'm looking for the fucking 7-Eleven. Okay, good to go. I tell her, well, I think it's like 2 blocks over here and to the right. Thank you. She leaves. I turn around. My client's looking at me like, oh my God, what the fuck was that? Like, he just goes, she's looking for the 7-Eleven. And we both start laughing because it was so awkward and weird. Like, why are you looking for the 7-Eleven? Anywho, that night, there is a protest. And during the protest, like, something happens over here by the 7-Eleven. It's a standalone building. It gets burnt down. That 7-Eleven gets burnt down that night. So I message over to Josh and I go, and because it was like there was a live feed there, and I message over to Josh with like that emoji with the big eyes, and he sends me back the emoji with the big eyes, like, oh my God. So like, look,
she came to fucking burn down.
Yeah, I don't know what she was doing, but looking for the 7-Eleven, but she was I'm looking for the 7-Eleven, very like, I just need you to tell me exactly where this building is. And she was like a business formal woman, like you wouldn't really see, I don't think you would really see looking for a 7-Eleven. My wonder is like, was she like looking for her client's building who he's going to burn it down to get like the insurance money and then blame it on the protest? Do you know what I mean?
Yep.
That's probably what happened.
Yeah.
I'm like, it has to have been what happened. So anyways, like, for anybody who wonders, that's my theory, and that happened. And
we went so fucking wild, this thing. We started guns, and then we went to 7-Eleven, and then some conspiracy theory, and then we went to Sonic, and then we got back to the riots. Holy shit, what a ride.
Dude, the theme of this podcast, the title of this podcast is going to be "Do Not Go to Downtown St. Louis, Missouri." There was like a fight outside.
Brazil and St. Louis. Like, what are we doing here?
Oh my God. Okay. So yeah. Anywho, so that where were we? Oh, okay. So in any case, I find it hilarious that like you said this back when we were talking about like being certified, and you have to be certified you have to have a degree in Brazil to be a trainer. Yeah. I find it interesting that like in Brazil, like you can not make it down the road without being like mugged. So you don't want to have like you don't want to have you're like on edge because like somebody might just like steal your phone while you're on it, like walking, but you have to have a fucking degree to do personal training where like in the United States, it's like I don't think anybody ever thinks about like truly having their life in danger in any particular area for the most part. The areas of the United States where like you may feel, because there are some areas I've even been in some areas where I'm like, all right.
I understand it. It's just
but like where like it is like there is, but that's very small and it's very like, and those definitely need to be sorted out. Those how that gets sorted, I don't know. In any area that's like that, it's usually like a place that has a lot of poverty, and poverty just in any case is going to cause issues, just because the education in an area that that's poor is going to be, it's just going to be low. So it's going to be very difficult to get that in there, and then to get tax dollars into that area. But that's not what the podcast is about. Long story short, though, I just find that funny. So it's kind of like you're so free in the United States that you're so free in the United States that you don't need a degree to have this profession that should have a degree. We're so free in the United States that if you're a business that makes food products, like you're very under-regulated because it's a free state. So it's like we're free enough to put whatever in our chemicals, but you're so free that you have to watch your own back when it comes to chemicals in the food, chemicals in this shit. So what's your thoughts on that? Do you think that, like, to some degree it's like it's fresher foods, it's real foods, you can kind of live a healthier life in Brazil because there's a little less freedom, let's say? What's your thoughts?
I don't see it as less freedom, but we have fruits and vegetables available like all the fucking time. Like we have a lot of there's a lot of small farmers. So like here, how they farmers markets, it's so expensive. Oh my gosh, if you go buy something at the farmers market, it can be pretty expensive. If you buy all your groceries at farmers market. In Brazil, we have something like that. But it's like sometimes can be way cheaper than going to a supermarket. So you get the fresh fruit from the farmer right away, cheaper than you would get from the market. So it is like butchers, like it's a smaller community. I feel like it, like here it is everything's produced in big quantities, and then we also very, like, at least the part of Brazil I'm from, we have a lot of different tropical fruits available. And here is not as much fruit available, like bananas. You do not produce bananas in Missouri. It's not a big banana producer, I guess. I do not know. Like, you don't see a lot of pineapple. You don't see, like, and in Brazil, it's very common to have all these bunch of fruits, bunch of vegetables ready available.
Got you. Yeah. No. So like,
and we have smaller like things like, my parents in Brazil had a bakery. Most of my dad's side of family always own a bakery, and it's so different. Like in Brazil, every single corner you're gonna find a bakery, and here if you find a bakery that actually sells bread, it's like I cannot name one. I cannot name one bakery that makes its own bread.
Yeah.
If you're gonna buy bread here, it's gonna be in a supermarket. I do not know. Fresh Time sells their own bakery, but it's also a big company. Like they make their bread, but like do you know any bread place that sells fresh bread every day?
Oh shit! I don't know. Does a donut shop count?
No, it does not. They
I don't put it in, bitches. I think they're
like we have like fresh bread every day. We have French bread every day for breakfast. It feels that it's like less chemicals than
yeah.
than here. I don't know. Like we lived in a bakery. Like my parents had a bakery, so I remember seeing bread being made all the time. Every single day we'd make bread, like fresh bread would come out of the oven like at least 5 times a day.
Yeah.
So nice. This smells so good.
So, dude,
I miss bread.
So like,
I miss the bread there.
So like, speaking of like, so that's kind of had to have changed then. Like now living here for the past 7 years. Like, what is for you? So you started training.
Mm-hmm.
You have worked as like kind of a group fitness instructor, different avenues. And what is the hardest thing for you when it comes to training? Just in terms of training in a different country.
Like I find the words sometimes to give it a cue. Like sometimes I want to say something that would totally make sense in my own language and makes no fucking sense here. Sometimes I talk to my husband, it's like it makes no sense what you're trying to tell me, and like I do not know any better. Like me trying to help the clients, and then they have to try to help me to try to help them. like finding that communication, like the idea of what I'm trying to translate to them. Like I know my accent's pretty strong still, and I don't think it's gonna change, but like it feels hard to communicate. Like sometimes I forget the words. Sometimes when I speak in Portuguese, I forget the words in Portuguese. It's not that I'm trying to be fancy or like, oh, Miss Know It All, know 2 languages. It's like, no, your mind it just blanks.
You know, I always had this thought about like people who are bilingual or just you talk multiple languages, is that it almost seems like it's more than just knowing words that sound differently, or like let's say concepts or things sound differently. Like I feel like it's almost like a different personality.
Yeah.
Would you agree with that? Like you almost have like a different personality attached to that language.
Yeah.
So just because of the limitations and like the emotion and like the background of the language, right?
Yeah, and then like the language, like even inside Brazil, my accent inside Brazil is very strong for my region, and it is so hard for me to communicate without that very strong origin of my life, like origin of how I learned, like everything I've like said. It's like I had a lot of history growing, like building that vocabulary basically, and now I don't have that. I have to learn everything new. Like you guys have references that I don't have. Like even cartoons are different from what I experienced and what you experienced.
Yeah, yeah.
Like we were talking about Dragon Ball Z in the beginning, and I like something that always that is not nothing to do with language, but like there is like characters in cartoons that are different names in Brazil and here, and I found always funny how it is different, like why it's different. Like I can't remember an example now, but like going back to changing the subject really quick. On Dragon Ball Z, on the day that September, like 9/11 happened, I remember what I was doing and I was watching Dragon Ball Z.
You were watching Dragon Ball Z?
Yes.
On 9/11?
Yes.
Damn, dude.
They were like cutting my show, Dragon Ball Z, to like show that what was happening in the world, like what was happening here. But like I remember so clear that it was happening.
Oh,
that
man.
We were watching like they building like the freaking Jinkidama to throw it, and then like no, let's cut this. Like look at what's going on in the U.S. in New York right now. Like,
dude, that's kind of crazy. You're like, dude, there's literally a Dragon Ball Z fight happening in New York City, where like Cell just has thrown fucking Goku through the building. And the building.
Oh my gosh!
Because that's like what happens in this in fucking Dragon Ball Z. You're like, holy shit, real life Dragon Ball Z is happening. Anyways, I'm sorry. So I probably should make jokes about.
Just wanted to make a.
Here we'll get into like we'll digress into.
We'll distract really quick.
I know we'll digress into like conspiracy theories around 9/11 to finish the podcast off. Shit, dude, and that's the thing about this podcast is that it usually ends up we talk about 9/11.
Oh my gosh. The whole end of everything episode. We discuss theories about it.
Yeah. Well, it's like you know how like when you go to the iPad and you say like you think it's funny at some of the searches.
Yes.
Some of the searches are insane. What we're looking up in here sometimes.
I know. Like I saw like you're talking about Justin Bieber and like
and Diddy. Justin Bieber and Diddy. That video is insane.
And then the other day I saw something like I was like. So, like I was looking for something to watch, and then the Diddy came up. I'm like, oh look at the thing that Jordan was talking about with Justin Bieber.
Yeah. Dude, it was fucking
like,
freaky.
Holy shit!
That
like,
video
is connected.
Look, that video is weird. Okay, look that video is fucking weird. If you see that video with Diddy and Justin Bieber's just like he's like a little like 15-year-old, and Diddy's just like. Yeah, I pretty much own this kid, and we're going to kick it for the next couple of fucking days. And it's like, what the fuck? Well, he said something like, if you're listening to this podcast right now, you need it, and you haven't seen this, like, Diddy video, like, it's Diddy, and it's Justin Bieber. And I don't know fuck about the situation. I know, like, I think, like, I don't know, Diddy did something, like, threw his fucking girlfriend down the steps or something in front of everybody or something like that, but I'm not actually sure what he did, but I didn't see it. But I did see this video. Gotcha. Yeah, dude, fuck, man. Look, we have to kind of sort of wrap it up, but I do want to finish this. Go watch that video, dude, and hide your kids, hide your wife. And anyways, it's cringy as hell. It's like, what? I mean, it doesn't really say anything, but he's kind of just like, yeah, I got Justin Bieber for the next 48 hours. He with me. I got custody of him, but not really, but like kind of basically I got custody of him. And it's like kind of weird. And Justin Bieber just like, it's every 15-year-old's dream they'd be kicking it with us, and he's with us. And I'm just like, what happened to Justin Bieber there during that 48 hours? that'll just, you know, shake you up inside a little bit. Anywho's,
yes.
Yeah.
We get distracted. Oh my gosh, we need someone to like keep us on point because we get distracted very easily too.
You know, like I always, if I have somebody on, I think it's something like this. If I have somebody on and your specialty is fitness, then we are gonna talk about how the 7-Eleven got fucking burned down. Like that's
why not?
That's usually how it goes. And I don't know. But yeah, but
how it happened like in Brazil? Like how 7-Eleven?
Yeah.
9/11, not 7-Eleven. Oh my gosh, I should have the 7-Eleven in my head.
Yeah.
The 9/11 happened in Brazil.
Dude, okay, so shit. Let's wrap. Let's put a bow on this with a couple questions, okay? Let's put a bow on this with a couple questions,
cool.
So that way we get something. That way we get some kind of fitness in
related,
here, on a fitness podcast. But the whole idea is to have you, like, the whole idea of this podcast for me is really just have a conversation with you. It doesn't have to be, you know what I mean? I feel like there's enough fitness podcasts out there where you talk about
good information. We can just like,
you know what I mean? Like where you talk about, like, that's the thing about, and let me know your thoughts on this. Like what kind of stuff do you consume? I feel like I consume stuff. The thing I like to consume, I like to hear about the person. Mm-hmm. Like I know you know stuff. The reason I'm listening to you is because you have done shit that I've learned about. Like you've added value to my life in some way, shape, or form. And so I'm like, okay, now I'm listening to you, and I'm listening to you on a podcast or whatever, because I just want to see who you are as a human, like not really like your specialty or XYZ. Yeah. And I feel like a lot of fitness people, it's like you go out to eat with your friends and you're like, I'm going to get a burger. And they're like, oh my God, dude, like you're really eating a burger and drinking a beer? I thought you were a fitness person. I thought you were a personal trainer. And it's like,
don't even take me there.
Well, no, I want to take you there. We have 5 minutes.
I work at GNC, and then like one time I went to bought like chocolate and like chips at the BX. I work in base. And then the way people look at me, like, oh my gosh, you work at GNC selling supplements and you eating that. It's like, of a fucking course. I'm not like ridiculous attached. Like I'm on my period. I want chocolate. I'm gonna have my freaking chocolate. Get the fuck out of my face. Like I'm not being apologetic about eating chocolate, which makes me happy, and it's not gonna destroy my fitness because of that.
Yeah. And do you think like, what do you think this is? Like, I feel like it's because everyone thinks a fitness person is like perfect, and that's how they become fit. Mm-hmm. Like for them to become fit, they would have to be like this perfect, like purest, no sugar, no caffeine, no burgers, no ice cream, no
happiness,
no happiness. Yeah. Like live in their house, never leave.
I know, they just go to the gym.
Yeah.
They eat lettuce, salads, and drinking protein shakes, and that's it. Like, and it's not like that.
It's not like that. It's like, look, you should be a fucking lunatic. I mean, what's your thoughts? Like when it comes to like, how do you become fit? Like, how do you become fit? Like, how do you hold balance. A body with like low body fat percentage and good muscle, like composition? How do you keep that?
It's finding balance. There is no other way. Like otherwise, it's just gonna be. You can have a very low body fat and a lot of mass and be miserable. But like, what is that? Is that worth it for you? For me, it's not. I'd rather have some body fat and like eat whatever I want and keep training well, being happy and have energy. Like I know when you get to the very low body fat, you're not gonna have that much energy. You're gonna feel like shit. You're gonna be cranky to everyone. Gonna be like a piece of shit to everyone. I'm like, I don't want to be that.
Yeah,
I
dude.
want to be like nice and happy, and like I don't want to get in that point.
Yeah, dude, the goal, guys, is to fucking be a lunatic with your body. Like, it's funny because I just feel like when you work out, like, I don't care what the fuck you do. Like, I don't care what you do. I don't care what it is. Is it cardio? Is it lifting? Is it lifting and cardio? Is it CrossFit? I don't give a fuck what you're doing, but be a lunatic in it. It's like, well, I'm not a fitness person. You don't understand, Jordan. I'm not a fitness person.
Yeah.
I'm an accountant.
What I try to tell them is like, find which kind of exercise makes you happy.
And go hard as fuck on that.
Yeah,
because it's your body. Because the thing that we all have in common is that we all have the human body. And it all needs to be like in good shape. So if you're not in the fitness industry or you are in the fitness industry, you still need to take care of your fucking body. And like, if you don't have time to do all the stuff, because I get a lot of this stuff where it's just like, look, dude, I got a kid, I got 2 jobs. You don't understand, Jordan. You're only 30 years old. You don't have a kid, so you don't understand. It's impossible for me. And they say this. So you need to find a way to make this work for me, like in my lifestyle. And I promptly, or I guess I immediately tell them, like when they say this kind of thing, because I get this a lot, is like you're gonna fail. Like you're gonna continue to think that there's some kind of weird thing that's going to help you, and the only thing there is fucking you need to work out 60 minutes a day, and you need whatever that is. You need to fucking bust your ass. 9 RP. Bring yourself to failure. Puke all over your fucking self. Break your fucking left arm. Like all of this, like, well, like, what's the safest way to do it? The safest way to do it is do it at 60 minutes every day, regardless. Break your fucking ankle, dude. Like, take a little bit of risk. The thing is that, like, if you do that every day, you will live a much higher quality of life. Your body will repair itself so much quicker. You will be so much more capable. You will have so much more of a clear way of thinking. Just get crazy about your exercise, don't you think? Get crazy about what you do. Is it pickleball? Be the fucking craziest pickleball motherfucker out there. Is it whatever? I don't care if you fucking are a baker or if you fucking knit fucking sweaters. Get out there and do something physical for 60 minutes and break your fucking body. I know this probably isn't a lot of people's message, because a lot of people are saying, like, look, like, what about that toxic fucking, look. Your health is everything. Your capability is everything. So you have to go out and you have to fucking bust your fucking ass, and you have to like kind of suffer through something, and you're going to get hurt. Like, you're going to tweak a muscle, rip a muscle, XYZ. Yeah. You're going to puke on yourself. That's good. All that's winning. Well, like, the only thing is that, like, once you inevitably like tweak a muscle, it's going to be 14 days of you hurting, and then you're going to have to figure out how to recover from that, but you have to continue to work out. It's going to be at a lower intensity, but you got to continue to work out. So in my mind, it's like, dude, don't get be worried about all this weird, like, into the weeds shit when you're not working out 60 minutes a day doing anything. If you're not working out every day, at least 60 minutes doing something to move your body intentionally, I don't give a shit about specificity. Yeah. I don't care about your form. I don't care about your form. I don't care about what exercises you do. I don't care if it's lifting. I don't care if it's cardio. I don't care if you're doing push-ups or pull-ups. I don't give a fuck. I don't care what you're eating. I don't even care what you're eating. I don't give a shit what you're eating. I don't care if it's fucking carrots or broccoli. I don't care if you're eating cereal or if you're having too much whole wheat bread. I don't give a shit if you are not exercising at least 60 minutes a day. Yeah. Like, of any kind. And if you can maintain exercising, I don't care if you're an accountant. Remember, accountant who's judging me right now. I don't care. I don't care that that fitness isn't your life. Fitness is your life. Yeah. Like, you don't think that, but at the end of the day, fitness will bleed into your life in a way that, like, just brings vibrance to everything you do, all the way down to the conversations you have, if you're fit. So yes, it does have to do with you. Anyways, long story short, that was my bit. Okay, last question. All right. Ah, damn it. I need 3-hour podcasts, Trey. I can't do these fucking short podcasts. This is...
Okay, if you don't think fitness is your life when you get old and you cannot get up from the floor, and then just die there on the floor because you cannot get up by yourself, well, fitness is your fucking life.
Haienne, finish this fucking podcast. Dude, finish this podcast on a very passionate rant that you have about something that's inflammatory and very controversial. And go.
Your period is awesome.
Wait.
It's a freaking superpower.
Wait, what? You're what?
Wait,
okay, yeah. Go. You're, dude. Okay. plot twist. Your fucking period is awesome,
And it's your superpower.
And why? Why is that?
Because you can work with it. You don't have to be miserable.
Explain. Like
Like,
rant to the abyss.
1 minute.
Is it backwards? Because
Explain.
like I feel like if I said that like Haienne, your period is your superpower, dude.
Yeah, you can find times to go really hard during your cycle, and you can take a break during your period. Just like we do periodization. You can go really hard, and then you have a deload week on your period. There you go. Done.
Your period is your superpower.
It's just like when we do fitness. You do the periodization. You have a cycle. You have the times you go really hard to reach those goals, those heavy lifts, and you have a deload week. You have your period. Same thing. It's all like cycle. It's just like nature. We have winter that we go slow down. We have summer that we like more active. Spring, the other one fall. Well, like it is the same thing. It is like nature.
Oh my god! So like what if I? So no, that should totally fuck me up. So like if I, so like because I get so like as a trainer for 11 years, mostly what I get is like what I get from the females will be like, well, you don't get it, Jordan. Like when you have like your period, like it's just everything's gonna be fucked and it's different for us. Like what do you have to say to like the females that say like that it's not the superpower? It's like the justifiable excuse why not.
You must get yourself checked. You go to the doctor. Maybe you have endometriosis, because you should not be deteriorating to like stop your life.
So periods should not be as intense as they are. Why?
Not should not. It's just like if there is something going on that makes you way too miserable, might be something going on that you might be deficient in some vitamins. There is something underlying issue that you might have.
Is it?
So you should get checked. Like go to the doctor. I know sometimes the doctors are just gonna brush it and say, "Oh, it's nothing," but you should do your own investigation. Why this is happening?
Yeah, do you think it's so? Can you push through a fucking if you're having if you're having a bad period? Like I've never had a period before. My guess is that it's hard to go through. And I know we're short on time
like
here, but
the same thing like mentally. Like if you're not, when sometimes you're not feeling good, I would not push a client if they're not feeling good. I would get her to like a small adjust the training. It's adjusting the training to your cycle. I'm not saying that you should not work out. I'm not saying that it's not. I'm just saying that adjust. Find a balance. It'll be fine.
Dude, holy shit. Okay. All right, we gotta call this. I got one more question for you. Thank you so much for joining the podcast.
Welcome.
By the way, everybody, this is Haienne Scheafer.
Yeah.
At the end of the podcast.
But to present myself.
Yeah, new trainer here at Big Fitness.
Yeah.
Over the period of what, like 3 months, 4 months right now?
I think so.
Yeah, and you've been crushing.
Yeah.
You've been crushing. You've been doing a fucking great job.
Yeah.
And I wanted to get you on the podcast so we can learn a little bit more about you. Like see what's up with like living in the United States and that kind of thing, and fucking coming from Brazil and fucking now you're training people one-on-one. So we didn't really get too far into it, but apparently, guys, look, your period is your superpower.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Last question here to finish the podcast off is this, because I ask this at the end of every podcast.
Yeah.
So like, let's say you had the attention of every person on the planet. Okay. So like every 8 billion of these beautiful motherfuckers, they're listening to you right now. You have them all listening to you. What is your message to the world if you have their attention? Go.
I'm very bitchy right now because I just got my period. So go take care of your own life.
Oh, shit.
I'm very mean right now.
Oh, damn, dude.
Take care of your own life in all ways, shape, or form.
Yeah. Take accountability.
That's a nice way to say it. Yes.
Yeah. No, that's good. Take accountability. That is a perfect way to end a podcast. Take accountability. That might have been the theme. That might have been perfect. Dude, it's funny. It's funny because I'm gonna be late for my meeting here, but it's okay. It's here. It's not like I'm going anywhere for this meeting. But that might be the answer. Yeah. The answer is individual accountability, ownership of your situation. If you have a problem, you fix it. Yeah. It's no one else's fault. Like if you're complaining about anything out there, like you're the problem. If you're complaining, like you might be justifiably a victim, but you complaining doesn't solve your situation. Yeah. It doesn't solve your per diem. Oh, yeah. Your per diem is based on what you base your thoughts on. What are you thinking about? Like if you are in a situation, it's because of you. And if you don't think that way, then you are a victim. That's it. You are a victim. You are a victim to circumstance. That's it. You're a victim to circumstance. As soon as you're complaining about anything, you're a victim to circumstance. And so you cannot go further. Like if you are a victim and justifiably, and you take that position, you can't move forward, even if it's justifiable. So like the victim mentality, like the lack of ownership, the lack of accountability, people hate being held accountable. Oh yeah. Hate being held accountable because you have to face your own shit. To your point, it's like, I don't want to listen to your shit anymore. I don't care how right you are about how fucked you are. It doesn't help you and it doesn't help me for you to bitch about it. So get out there and fucking get after it. It's a good message. Is take care of your own shit. Like, God damn it, for fuck's sake. You're fucking 43 years old. Get out of bed in the morning on one alarm.
Sometimes I need that too. Like, taking care of your fucking own life.
Yeah, dude, go grocery shopping for fuck's sake. Dude, stop using Grubhub to eat lunch and dinner every day. You might have a fucking few dollars in the bank account to start that business you've been talking about for the last 10 years.
That's why you cannot get fit, because you keep saying, oh, fit food's too expensive. Have you bought, like, get like something delivered to you? That's fucking expensive.
It's like fucking $60 fucking dollars. Dude, you'll take a mortgage out to fucking afford Grubhub nowadays. Like, you're literally taking a mortgage. But people are like taking a home equity line of credit to fucking order Grubhub right now.
Learn how to cook. YouTube is there for you.
I'm just kidding. All right, guys.
YouTube is there.
All right, guys. That's it. That's it for today. Haienne, where can they find you? Where can they follow you moving forward?
You can find me anywhere. My name is very peculiar. So if you Google my name, you're going to find everything about me, basically. It's Haienne. That's it. And
you can find that down in the description as always. Thank you, everybody, for listening to the podcast all the way through.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, dude, it's been a pleasure. You guys have been so awesome. Like you and Sam, you guys, I'm so happy you guys are part of the crew. Yeah. And everything has just been so great, like, since you guys have been here. And there's big, crazy things to come. I mean, fucking soon. I know. Sooner than later. So we'll see. It's going to be fucking wild, guys. So just, like, I don't know, tune in, don't tune in, fuck off, don't fuck off. I don't care either way, but I do love you if you've listened this far. Also, remember to think
take care of your own life. Yeah. If you need help taking care of your own life, we are here to help.
Yeah, right. It's also important to say, remember to come to Big Fitness and pay for personal training from us. Also, shout out fucking Trey Alexander. Is it just at Trey Alexander? At Trey Alexander. He's our podcast producer. Go check him out. Follow him and support him. He's a fucking killer, dude. He's helped us really fucking amp this podcast up. So go show him some love as well. And always remember, think big, live better, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace.